Most of Gotham sleeps, but Batman doesn't sleep. He prepares. On the main screen, a file marked with the highest threat classification, Omega Red. The subject's name sends a chill even through the Dark Knight's disciplined mind. Alucard, the no-life king. Vlad Dracula in his ultimate form. Bruce Wayne has faced vampires before. He's fought Dracula himself across multiple encounters. He knows the rules. Stakes, sunlight, holy water, decapitation. But Alucard isn't bound by those rules. He's transcended them. Over 3 million consumed souls. Regeneration from molecular destruction. Reality manipulation. Centuries of combat experience. And worst of all, an intellect that rivals Batman's own. The file concludes with a single, handwritten note in Bruce's own writing.
If Alucard ever turns against humanity, Gotham falls first. Evacuation? Impossible. Conventional containment? Futile. The Justice League? Insufficient.
This is codename Crimson King, Batman's contingency plan for the day the ultimate vampire becomes the ultimate threat. Batman begins where he always does, information. For 3 years, he's been studying Alucard, not as an ally, as a potential threat. Every battle the vampire has fought, every ability he's displayed, every psychological pattern, all cataloged, analyzed, cross-referenced. Alucard's physical capabilities exceed Superman in specific metrics. He's caught depleted uranium rounds with his teeth, moved faster than enhanced perception can track, regenerated from a pool of blood within seconds.
Physical confrontation is suicide. Even with the Hellbat armor, I estimate 8 seconds before critical failure. He's not just stronger, he's had 500 years to perfect killing.
Here's where it gets complicated. Alucard doesn't heal, he resurrects. Every life he's consumed since the 15th century exists within him as a perpetual anchor to existence.
Conventional death is meaningless. Each soul is a save point, a backup file. You'd need to kill him 3,424,867 times. At 1 death per second, that's 39 days of continuous destruction.
But there's something else. Something Batman noticed that others missed. Alucard's regeneration isn't instant anymore. In his battle against Alexander Anderson, there was a 0.3-second delay. Against the Millennium Forces, 0.7 seconds. The more souls he releases, the slower the connection.
The souls aren't just power, they're weight. A chain he's bound to. Hypothesis. Overwhelm the connection. Force system overload.
But Batman doesn't just study powers, he studies minds. Alfred once asked him, "Master Bruce, what makes Alucard different from the Joker, from Ra's, from the monsters you face every night?" Batman's answer? The Joker wants chaos. Ra's wants order. Alucard wants to lose. This is the key, the linchpin of everything. Alucard is a paradox, the ultimate warrior who craves defeat. He's been unkillable for so long that existence has lost meaning. He fights, he kills, but he's searching for someone worthy to end him.
He's not a monster. He's a man trapped in monstrous immortality. He wants to die. But his pride won't allow him to lose to anything less than a true human. Someone who defeats him through will, not power.
This psychological vulnerability is Batman's edge, but it's also the most dangerous aspect. Because if Batman fails to be worthy, Alucard will lose all interest in restraint. Despite his power, Alucard operates under rules. Batman has identified 7 critical limitations. 1. The empiric law. Cannot enter without permission. Not just homes, any defined threshold. 2. Must drink blood to maintain peak power. Starvation is possible. 3. Bound to a master through mystical contract. Currently, Integra Helsing. 4. Regeneration requires conscious connection to consumed souls. 5. Sunlight doesn't kill him, but forces additional energy expenditure. 6. His pride makes him predictable. He will accept challenges, allow enemies to prepare. 7. Level 0 release. His full power leaves him completely vulnerable during reabsorption.
These aren't weaknesses. They're rules of a game he's playing. But rules can be exploited.
Batman's contingency for Alucard operates on a principle he learned from Ra's al Ghul. To defeat an immortal, you must make them choose mortality. The plan has 4 phases, each one designed not to kill Alucard, that's impossible, but to trap him in a situation where he chooses to stop fighting. It's audacious, brutal, and it requires Batman to gamble everything on one assumption: that Alucard still has humanity buried beneath the monster. Phase 1. Isolation. Sever the Master. Alucard is bound to Integra Helsing through a blood seal, a mystical contract that gives her absolute command over him. This seal is both his leash and his anchor to humanity. Without it, Alucard has no purpose, no direction. Batman's plan: extract Integra Helsing, not kill her, extract her. Use the Watchtower teleporter to remove her from Earth entirely. Place her on the JLA moon base under armed guard. Why this works: Alucard cannot follow without permission, and he cannot enter the moon base. It's not Earth. His vampiric laws don't extend to extraterrestrial installations. Expected result? Alucard becomes masterless. For the first time in decades, he has no orders, no purpose, no anchor. This creates psychological instability. Timeline. This must happen first, before Alucard realizes the plan. Risk level? Extreme. Integra will resist. Alucard will be displeased. Phase 2. Starvation. Cut the supply. Alucard requires blood. Not to survive, he's beyond that, but to maintain peak power. The more powerful the blood, the better. Batman's strategy: evacuate Gotham. Every citizen, every criminal, every living thing with blood. Impossible, you might say, but Batman has protocols. The Justice League implements Gotham Quarantine Protocol Omega, a cover story about a weaponized virus outbreak. Mandatory evacuation enforced by Superman, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern. Timeline: 18 hours for full evacuation. Alucard is left in a city of empty buildings. No prey, no blood, no entertainment. But here's the critical element. Batman stays. Alone. One human, one heartbeat in an entire city. Alucard will come for him, and that's exactly what Batman wants. Phase 3. The Labyrinth. Psychological warfare. Batman chooses the battlefield. Arkham Asylum. Modified, weaponized, but not with weapons Alucard would expect. No UV lights, no holy water, no crosses. Instead, Batman fills Arkham with something else. Mirrors. Thousands of mirrors. Every wall, every corridor, every cell. Why? Because mirrors show the truth, and Alucard hasn't seen his true reflection in centuries. As Alucard hunts Batman through the maze, he sees himself. Not the monster, not the vampire king, but glimpses of who he was. Vlad Tepes, the man, the mortal. Each corridor contains projections, not of battles, but of Alucard's human life, his family, his kingdom, his mortality. This is psychological warfare at its finest. That man isn't trying to beat Alucard's body. He's trying to reach Vlad Tepes' soul. Expected result? Confusion, anger, and buried beneath it, recognition. Phase 4, the choice. Worthy opponent. Finally, Batman and Alucard meet in the center of Arkham, face to face. Alucard could kill him instantly. They both know it. But Batman isn't there to fight. He's there to offer something no one has ever offered Alucard before. The truth.
Batman. The world's greatest detective. I've been hoping you'd come for me eventually. Tell me, do you really think you can stop me?
No. I don't think I can stop you. I think you'll stop yourself.
Fascinating. You've evacuated the city, removed Integra. Very clever. But did you really think starvation would work? I've gone decades without feeding.
I'm not trying to starve you. I'm removing distractions.
Mirrors? Really, detective?
You haven't seen your true self in 500 years. You've been hiding behind the monsters so long, you forgot what you were running from.
What is this?
The truth. You're not evil, Alucard. You're exhausted. You've been alive so long that dying feels impossible. So you search for someone to end it for you. But you won't let yourself lose to anything less than perfection. I'm human, mortal, everything you claim to respect. But I'm not here to kill you.
Then what do you want?
I want you to choose. For once, not as a monster, as a man. This prison will hold you, not forever, but long enough for you to remember who Vlad Tepes was before he became Alucard.
And if I refuse?
Then you kill me. Prove you're exactly what everyone thinks you are, a monster. And spend another 500 years searching for meaning you'll never find.
You're either the bravest human I've ever met, or the most foolish. Probably both. How long?
Until you're ready.
And if I'm never ready?
Then you stay there. Your choice.
Well played, detective. I accept.
That man's gamble. Alucard's pride won't let him kill a human who isn't afraid, and his buried humanity will recognize the truth. Success probability, 40%. But that's 40% better than any other option. The Phantom Zone, a dimension outside time and space. Alucard floats in the void, alone. No blood, no battle, no purpose. For the first time in centuries, silence. He closes his eyes, and for the first time since becoming a vampire, he sleeps. That man's contingency for Alucard succeeded, not through power, not through weapons, but through understanding. The world's greatest detective solved the ultimate problem. How do you stop someone who can't be killed? You give them permission to rest. Codename: Crimson King. Status: contained. But the real question remains. When Alucard wakes up, will he thank Batman? Or will he come back for round 2? That man doesn't know. But he'll be ready either way. Because that's what Batman does. He prepares for everything.
Well played, Detective. I'll see you soon.
Could Batman truly contain Alucard? Or did the vampire allow himself to be caught? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Next time on Protocol Omega, how would Iron Man's technology handle the no-life king? Until then, stay vigilant.